what?
Sacrifice? I mean, I talk shit, but, you know, if you have a funky accent and you're trying to sing English,
Yeah.
especially soaring vocals, it's very noticeable.
Yeah. War Kings, I guess.
Sacrifice.
Unless it's Workings.
I kind of preferred the initial singer.
Yeah, it starts off real brutal. I thought there's ain't nothing power metal about this shit.
Jump in 10 minutes, like, oh, there's the gallop and the soaring vocals. Okay, here, we've arrived.
Power metal making a comeback? I thought that shit was like dead as dead about 10, 12 years ago.
I mean, like, Glory Hammer is kind of like, well, I don't know after everything they went through, but they're up there. They're fairly popular. Blind Guardian's like the biggest one. Ooh, get a phone call from Booty Call.
No, it's actually I was trying to turn the volume off so I wouldn't make no sound, and I made a fucking quite the sound. But it just feels like the bands that are actually putting out power metal now actually give a shit.
Yeah.
Because it feels like a decade ago, people was like, fuck it, let's just make a power metal album, you know?
Right. Yeah. And, it's relatively easy to do. You have two overclocked guitar players.
Yeah, running pretty melodic, harmonized shit. You could make an argument that Iron Maiden is a power metal band of types, but they're
lyrically, I would say they are.
Yeah. Yeah, and the mission statement of the band, pretty much kind of.
Fly on your wings like an eagle.
Look at this. Oh, that's it. We're going to do a power metal cover band.
As long as we can do it a whole octave lower than Brucey Boy, I'm good to go.
Yeah,
well, that guy is getting called out by all kinds, bro.
What did he do?
Well, a while back, he had to fucking escort someone off the stage that had gotten on there, a fan, while he was still singing a song. That's actually a pretty cool thing.
That ain't bad. That's like Maynard fucking going a little BJJ with a guy.
Yeah.
You know.
Fucking part 2, motherfucker in between songs is bitching about all the people smoking weed at the show.
At an Iron Maiden show?
Yeah. And
okay.
I mean, like, really put these motherfuckers through the ringer. Like, if I was an Iron Maiden fan, I almost said Blind Guardian. If I was an Iron Maiden fan and, like, motherfucker talked to me that way at a show I paid to be at, an outdoor show as well.
Wow.
It's not like it was inside. I'd be a little offended.
So Brucey getting to be the old man get off my grass guy.
Yeah, now I'm starting to make sense why Sharon Osbourne had fans throw eggs at fucking Iron Maiden when they were on Ozfest. Yeah. Bruce Dickinson likes to talk shit.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Iron Maiden.
Get off my grass, or actually, it sounds like more like get off the grass.
Yeah, get off that grass. Oh, goddamn. You know what I was thinking today? The flat Earth versus what it actually is argument.
Oh.
For an argument of the world being round and traveling through space and time.
Sure.
There's evidence. There are photos. There are motherfuckers that live up there.
Of course.
I ain't seen no pictures of no flat Earth.
That's because you're not stupid.
Where are the pictures at? Give me a picture. Someone would have had to have found the end of the goddamn world by now, right?
Well, isn't the big claim that it's like this big thing and the government doesn't want you to know and they snuff out all information on it and blah, 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 blah. They do. They snuff out information on it because it's fucking stupid. And they're trying to make an argument that assholes with the church were making like 7 centuries ago.
It's for poor white people.
It kind of, and NBA players.
And Bryce Mitchell, who's probably not poor, but he's stupid.
No, because wasn't it a whole bunch of NBA players were like on that same shit there a while back?
Yeah, well, they're not very bright either. You can be rich and stupid.
Yeah.
Look at Bryce Mitchell. I mean, he's doing pretty well for himself.
Yeah. Well, the UFC went out of the way to kind of hook that guy up for his own shit. So he's the only one I know of in the entire promotion wearing camouflage on his shit. Back in the day, others did, back when they could pick their own stuff.
Yeah.
Because I remember, goddamn, who was that? He'd finally settled in on brown and pink, oddly enough.
This is an odd combination.
Yeah, god damn it, I can't remember his name, but he would do some shit if it was around like today, like Veterans Day, or if it was like around Memorial Day or Armed Forces Day or whatever. You might see that shit get busted out then. But man, god dang, I almost had Shit, the Shark Tank. What the hell is it?
Oh God.
Fighter from fucking 2008, 9, something like that.
Fuck. I almost want to say Rich Franklin.
He's one of them. He's actually the one who's wearing the brown and pink I was trying to reference, but then I moved on to the Sark. Was that his last name?
I was about to say Sean Sherry. That's wrong. Fuck.
Well, anyway, we can let that shit go. But I mean, Bryce Mitchell is the only one now. The only one with a fight kit that's fucking camouflage. And it wouldn't surprise me if, like, I don't know, if he was allowed to get his own, like Copenhagen fucking, like, sponsorship or some shit, right?
Fuck.
Every time that guy opens his mouth, it's like, well, hold on, there's something comedic getting ready to come out. So he's also a flat earther?
Oh, God.
No, is he? I mean, I was wondering why that's where you were going with this.
No, it's amazing to me how you can get so I mean, I guess it also attributes to religion as well. But it's amazing to me just how the fact that there's just nothing to remotely support it in any way at all.
Sean Shirk was who I was trying to remember.
Shirk.
Yeah, that's who I was trying to remember. But on the flip side of that, though, my problem is this, too, is we want access to everybody in all things, actors, fucking comedians, sports figures, the whole bunch. We want access to all of it and everything they believe and everything that they've got. And if you got somebody that's dumb enough, like, I don't know, like Bryce Mitchell, well, eventually then they're going to stick a microphone under his nose and ask him about some crazy-ass controversial shit, and he's more than happy to be your huckleberry.
It's an amazing affliction. I couldn't get it out of my brain today. I just fucking couldn't stop thinking about it.
About Bryce Mitchell or the flat Earth shit?
Flat Earth shit.
We have easily provable at your own home kind of evidence to fucking show that the Earth is round. You have to know a little bit of science to do it, but I mean there are.
Well, now we can't ask too much of these motherfuckers.
Yeah, I mean you can. There are some things you can do at home to prove Earth's movement, Earth's trajectory around the sun. You can do some things to prove that we have been on the moon. I mean that's the other one's like, nah, that shit was all staged.
Oh God damn it!
I mean there's a lot of shit you can do from your own home to confirm this. And but you got dummies that are willing to double down and go, no. That's because
if I won that fucking Powerball, if I won that bill, those 2 bill, I would use some of that money. Be like, who's the biggest fucking flat Earth skeptics in the room right now? Show of hands.
Pay to have them killed.
Well, if
make us smarter as a society at the same time.
Well, they're too chicken shit to try it themselves. Since that one dude did and got fucking killed for it.
I don't even know anything about this now. To not know anything about what you're talking about, man, I feel really good in life right now.
It was a flat earther that was like, I'm going to build my own rocket. I'm going to go up there and I'm going to show the world. And then he took off and it fucking didn't work and he died.
Oh. Well, if you think the Earth is flat and you're building a rocket, well, that's just got some like cause and effect shit just waiting for you, right?
Clearly Goddard is his middle name. Goddamn.
But, well, aside from stupid people, you got these 2 idiots right here. We're stupid in our own ways. So.
Believe me, you can call people dumb, and it ain't calling yourself smart.
Yeah. Mead, Metal, and MMA podcast get together and bullshit about all manner of things. Apparently, especially flat Earth shit and Bryce Mitchell.
It's just been stuck in my fucking craw all day.
Got no Krista this time because she's getting wed here in about the next 24 hours.
Getting married. Oh, goddamn.
But she will be on the next one. Hell, she stopped by here right before they headed out to go to the 50th state, the Jack Lord state, and stopped by to hang out and bullshit right before they were taking off. So confirmed, yeah. Well, she'll be on here in 2 weeks. So
fuck, man.
Day after Thanksgiving. So for LJ, who's usually for touching base with me, I don't know why. I guess unless it's usually like, is there going to be a show? Usually I know if there's going to be a show, and that's about it. But Brandon handles all this.
No. He got hold of me today because he was worried that maybe his segment might have been a little fucked up in the upload and email. So I was like, nah, man, we good. We got this.
Right on. So yeah, we'll be doing one 2 weeks from today on Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. Krista will be back with us. We might even have an extra. I don't know. Don't hold me to that.
They better bring their own fucking mic.
Well, there's that too, right? We only have
Unless
three.
it's a good-looking lady, then she can share with me.
Yeah, I plan on being the real asshole and going out and getting like a Shure 7B or whatever, one of the really high end. And it's like, well, now we have an extra mic for another guest, but I'm going to sound like God the whole time.
That's the problem. Like I have thought about it, like, man, I fucking could invest in another microphone for this lovely, humble thing that we do. But then I'm like, fuck it. I got weed to buy.
Yeah.
Like, I can use that money in 12 different ways.
Yeah, Shure SM7Bs are about $400. I thought, well, we could. That's something we could aim for in the future.
I want one that makes me sound like a weatherman on the radio.
I'm not sure how to do that.
Me neither. That's why I don't even worry about it.
But yeah, later down the road, upgrade gear. But right now, this shit sounds fine, and it's It's accomplishing everything we want it to right now. So
haven't gotten any complaints outside of what we say, not how we sound.
Yeah, no. Yeah, the complaint is people do hear what we say.
That's right. Too well sometimes.
There's that beautiful piss video out now.
Ooh. Well, 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I did swear that I wouldn't bring it up here because I felt like once it hit $10,000.
Yeah.
Like, well, that's clearly it then.
Yeah.
Well, people got to get their piss.
Well, apparently ladies pissing on dudes. Quite the scene, man. Quite the scene.
God damn.
What's that?
Ooh, hold on. Ooh, piss
Hold
podcast.
on, hold on.
No, fuck that. You ain't getting that shit for free. You got to go watch it. Accrue the cost. We got 17,183.
17,000? What the hell?
And 36 thumbs up.
Yeah.
That's the more impressive thing, actually. That is probably why it circulates. Because the ratio is... Now, we've gotten some thumb down on it. Granted, YouTube don't show it anymore because people are fucking pussies and can't handle negativity.
Yeah.
But we've gotten like 5 or 6. Probably just because they're like, oh, there ain't no piss here. It's just a picture of a piss about to happen. But 17 grand and fucking... And this is, well, a year ago tomorrow.
Wow.
I saw November 12th of last year.
17,000 in 1 year. Right. That ain't
Well,
bad.
might as well fucking quit while you're ahead, right? And
if we had only known last year, we could have.
And I just want to say, and I don't even fucking know if anybody that heard that is still among us now. But thanks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, And hey,
Genuine gratitude for your clicking the thumbs ups for the 36 of you.
that's right. And for those of you upset, I'm sorry I didn't put up the piss video like as an animated GIF, so
No.
just repeat for the whole hour we talk. I would want to do that too, but we got fucking got flagged for having Lady Gaga in a fucking bikini as a cover.
Yeah.
Can't have piss.
Yeah.
You can have the piss video, but you fucking better not have it.
And that's
for
some
kids.
shit. The artist owns selected stuff, which you can also find on YouTube by that artist.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
okay if she puts it up, but if we do, that's a problem.
We're just trying to spread the good word.
Well, shit, I guess we just jump right in. Today's Veterans Day, so thanks to all of you that did your shit out there.
Fucking ain't right.
The actual patriots.
Yeah.
Man, there's a lot of people who've really put the word patriot kind of as a bad taste in my mouth. It's like,
it's a word they have taken for their what they think is their own fucking patriotism, which is toxic as fuck.
I do. I am that asshole, and if somebody self-declares like, well, not everybody's a patriot like me,
What'd you do, bitch?
I always ask, like, well, which branch did you serve in then? Because I need to know, because you're not a patriot. It's like, oh, the Constitution is this. They're trying to take it away from us. They want to rewrite it and all this other shit. Like, well, if you care a lot about it, why don't you want to defend it? Like, actual, not get on your keyboard and talk shit, but,
right.
So it feels weird to me to say, hey, thanks to all you veterans who are the real patriots, because then it gets a little fucking banjaxed because assholes kind of taking over the phrase or the word itself and reinventing it for their own political gain and purpose. So I thought, well, what's a better word than patriot or even hero? And I thought, veteran. So hey, all you veterans, hey man,
fucking
thanks.
right.
Thanks to all of you.
It's amazing to me that, because I mean, I didn't know any veterans, you know, and then in the last 10 years, I now know 3.
Yeah. Well, I'm like the weird cat you adopt.
Facilitated through you, and then the rest of them sniffing like, oh, this guy's cool. All
yeah,
right.
I'm the cat you accidentally like throw some kibble out. I'm like, fuck that. I'm gonna let all my boys know.
Gotta go on here, boys. Well, fucking A, absolutely. Many thanks from the fucking pale, fat fucking mortals like me.
Yeah. It's not for everybody. That's the other thing, too. Is because I don't want to come off like, man, everybody ought to join the military. Because that also sounds fucked up because it sounds like, you know, these countries that have, you know, like South Korea, you know, like you must serve 2 years or whatever. They're breaking up a fucking Korean boy band act. Thank fuck for that. Because of that very thing.
You'll get it done. Well, Korean Zombie.
Yeah.
He had to go be a soldier for 2 years.
Yeah.
Came back, had a good run, fought for that title. Man, Volkanovski just fucking, ugh, it was bad. It was bad.
Volkanovski go fighting that fucker at 155.
I hate that. Like, fight a lightweight motherfucker, defend that belt, and then think of sideshow acts to do.
Because that's all it is. Volkanovski's like, man, if I go out there and beat this idiot from, you know, that can't grow a mustache, then suddenly I've got 2 belts and I'm a champ. And then it really starts to thin it all out. You know what? I might be in favor of it. The more champs we can get, the less it really means. And when you start talking about Cormier, it's like, well, now all that matters was the first. And, oh, that's right, he wasn't even first. Yeah. So then it doesn't mean much. And I shouldn't be taking shots at him, but now he's doing some shit with the biggest asshole in broadcasting, fucking Colin Cowherd.
Oh, well.
Is it Cowherd or Cowherd? I don't.
It's Cunt Head.
Oh, okay.
Colin Cunthead.
Yeah, so he's doing some shit with him now. What the fuck? The last thing I want, I mean, too much DC is a problem. I don't mind that guy at fights as long as Rogan's not there.
I can't listen to it for a half hour breaking shit down, though. I just can't.
No, because I really think that his, if we talk about when he was an active fighter, I think his striking was always suspect.
Right.
You know, until it wasn't. His wrestling made too many people like, man, I will eat shots all day just so he doesn't take me down. And he would land shots left and right and then still take him down because the guy was fucking best at what he did when it came to wrestling.
Right.
But, yeah, breaking down fights is a little bit of a problem. But although it seems like he's a little better now than he used to be because he kind of actually has an axe to grind after Dominic Cruz basically said this fucker doesn't do any work at all.
Well, Cormier could also just kill him.
Huh?
You know.
Although it's weird because then the last fight we threw on was it certainly wasn't last weekend. Dominic Cruz was on that shit, and then I realized I didn't miss Dominic Cruz at all.
Who does?
No
Except
one.
Maybe his family.
Maybe. And Cody Garbrandt, because Cody Garbrandt reeling off wins. Fighting that guy.
Yeah, anybody else, though? Didn't win a lot after that.
Not really.
Didn't even get to really defend that belt. Well, he had the opportunity, just failed.
Well, see, and that's one where I think they fucked T.J. Dillashaw on that. I've gone back, and I even thought after. It's like it's been like 2 years since that fight, so this is a couple of years ago. And I'd even went back and watched it because I think it popped up as a free fight. But I don't see any way that T.J. Dillashaw fucking did not win at least 3. I actually had about 4. And then, here's your new champ, Dominic Cruz.
It's all, and you know, this might be me using my flat Earth brain, but it always seemed like there was an era where, boy, we had a lot of people that were working a desk and holding a title,
and we still do.
Is it real known? We don't, because half of like don't have a grasp on the English language, so they couldn't.
You mean current active?
Yeah, but like there was a time, I would say like 5-6 years ago.
But they will take like active fighters, like Lionheart Smith. They'll get like Alan Joban and all these other guys. They're at the desk.
Yeah.
You know,
Alan Joban. I don't even know if he's still active or not.
No, I don't know. I know he's got that sweet broadcasting gig now. So
why would he make? Yeah, why get punched in the face? You can get paid a little bit more to do a lot less and just be charismatic.
I always thought Alan Joban was like. Probably cousins of Dustin Poirier, right? They're both out of the same area.
They sound like
Both,
Zataran.
They're both a little simple. A little.
No, a little. Fairly simple. We'll say fairly simple. You got to bump it up a little bit.
You have any desire on trying out Dustin Poirier's hot sauce at all? He's got like 3 of them now. He's got the regular Louisiana-style hot sauce. Fine. I imagine it probably tastes like, I don't know, somewhere between Louisiana hot sauce and Tabasco.
That's what I'm... See, that's the problem I got. Like, if Poirier was making this shit, well, yeah, I'd love to try it. But it's just those things. Like, when Iron Maiden's got a beer, they didn't really brew that shit.
Yeah, same with Deftones, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, hey, we like this beer. It's pretty good. It's almost like a big glorified recommendation.
Yeah, maybe. I thought he had a little more to do with it than just letting
He may have. I mean, I know little to nothing about it.
Because they got that one. They got the ones like some kind of extra hot shit. It's got like ghost pepper and shit in it.
Fuck that.
And then they've got a maple one. Maple Louisiana hot sauce, for your mornings and whatnot.
You want to get that diarrhea started early.
Well, Crown Royal did that a few years ago with their maple whiskey. It was like, man, much as I could appreciate eating, throwing down some eggs and some sausage and a little whiskey, I might pass on that.
And this just might be me, which I can accept. On occasion, does maple syrup ever smell like piss to you?
No.
Like old piss.
How old of maple syrup are we talking?
Well, I'm talking maple syrup in general, and like even more like just the smell of maple syrup, not the taste or anything.
It does. Ironically, honey kind of has a thing for me once in a while. I kind of have to adjust and go, what the? Oh, it's just an earthy element that exists within it.
Yeah. No, don't get me wrong. I'm throwing down on maple donuts any chance I get.
Sure.
But occasionally I'll smell like, God damn, like someone dirty undies where they couldn't fucking jiggle it or what?
Yeah, it's just. I think it is. I think it's just a really earthy thing that can get a little out of control. Speaking of out of control, fucking gnats.
They know their time has come.
Yeah. We went from 80 basically day before yesterday. Fucking, you can feel that shit blowing last night, and it came in, and I don't know that we ever hit 40 today.
We hit about. It was like 45 when my day was done. But like right now it's fucking 36 degrees.
Yeah. My ass has been buttoned up in the house all day because fuck that, so.
Yeah. I've been out slinging weed in this shit.
You see, does weather matter in any of that shit at all? Like more people, less people, depending on what the weather situation might be?
I don't know, man. I've seen fucking people come in through the piss and rain just to buy a pre-roll or something.
Yeah.
It was very busy yesterday. But I also attribute that to being like, Veterans Day. Some people probably got a 3-day weekend coming up, too.
Yeah, no, that's...
But then it was just as busy today, and it was a lot more shitty.
Yeah.
Not as windy as they thought, but fucking certainly as cold as they expected.
Because I know we're living in a small town, such as the one in which we reside. If it's really shitty weather, like really bad, you can go to Walmart because motherfuckers will not go. But if it's just a little bad, they'll turn out in droves because, like, well, can't do anything outside. Might as well go to Walmart. I don't know what the fuck sustains most of this town. I really don't. Because, man, I work a weird shift. I'm off at 12:30, 1 o'clock in the afternoon every day.
Right. Not a bad gig.
And that's when I'm off. Now, if it's earlier, I always assume, like, that place is packed because it's fucking somebody's lunch hour. Days I have to work a little late, and it might be 1:30, 2 o'clock, and I go. That time of day when nobody should fucking be there, really.
Yeah.
It's fucking packed sometimes. Like, what do you people do to sustain yourselves? Where's the money coming in? What do you do for a living? What the fuck? You're hanging out at Walmart at 2, and ain't that many people got my shift.
Facts. God, and a hangout. That was cool when you're like a teenager.
Like, what do you want to do? Oh, let's go to Walmart.
Drop me off Walmart. I want to go play on their demo unit of the PS1, please.
Well, now that I can get behind because at least you're doing something to entertain yourself. But no, these are fucks. It's like, why am I parking all the way out by the bank to get into a Walmart at 2 o'clock in the afternoon?
Don't you people got kids to pick up?
Something, right?
Motherfuckers.
And and don't fucking dare go in at like 3:15 because that's when all these shit people just picked up their shit children and like, let's go straight to Walmart after school. If you don't like kids, and I fucking don't like them, Well, until they can, I don't know, drive themselves or whatever. But
or like go and get me stuff and bring it back to me.
Yeah, if they're of the age that they can actually provide a useful service to me, maybe. Hey, 5-year-olds like, go make a sandwich. I don't know how. Like, shit.
Come over here, boy. It's bread, meat, bread.
Been fucking that up by going meat, bread. That's all fucked up.
How's that supposed to work? Shit. Hey, well, and this might lead into to our fine friend LJ. We were talking a while back. I don't know if we were doing it on the podcast or just fucking off in general.
That is the problem. We do the same shit whether his mic's in front of us or not.
Yeah, we just use fucking less fuck words. That ain't true either. Goddamn.
Not really.
We were talking about how Opeth on their live shows over the past, say, 7 years
aren't going back to anything Blackwater Park and beyond.
They must have heard us.
Oh.
Because I was looking at Metal Injection today, and Opeth have a song. It's off the Morning Rise album. Came out in fucking 96. Called Black Rose Immortal. This is a 20-plus minute song.
Oh, okay.
That they've never played live till now.
Oh.
First time ever. So I'm gonna eventually fucking throw that on, and I might not listen to the whole thing, but I would like to hear it.
Yeah.
And then I look at the rest of the set list. Goddamn co-main events, Blackwater Park.
Wow.
All of a sudden, Opeth is getting back on the fucking radar for me.
So we bitch, and then it comes to pass.
Yeah. Goddamn, wish all these titties stop falling out of the sky in my mouth.
Wish all these naked ladies stop running around in here with $100 bills to hand to me.
But hey, you know what? In a shit world, there's a bit of good news, right?
I guess so. And the good news is always, or generally, unless he's got a show to go to, which hasn't happened in a bit, but not as much as our dear friend Ruben. That guy will go to, if it's a show within a couple hours, he's going to be there.
Yeah, and it don't matter what day it is.
LJ is a little selective. It's like, oh, is Iron Maiden playing? Fuck yeah, I'm going.
Well,
which I can appreciate because that's kind of the way we operate.
Yeah. We're like, well, is it an event? All right, let's go. Fucking Ruben. That dude's a warrior when it comes. He legit, when he tells you he thrives on music, he does.
Yeah, fucking went and saw Hatebreed in Lubbock last night.
That motherfucker go deaf. But I'll go ahead and start writing his eulogy because I know he's going to put one behind his ear and just fucking be like, I'm done here. Good day.
Man.
Fuck that. I won't hear the gunshot. That's good.
Yeah, but that guy's going to he's going to hit every show until then.
God damn. I always rub it in his fucking face about going to see Dream Theater and Megadeth, more Dream Theater than Megadeth, and fucking getting to go backstage, meet the band, get some autographs and shit. I always give him shit about that. But in truth, that motherfucker, his portfolio is so huge for one.
Oh, sure.
And diverse for two.
When we're talking to him, I always assume he has seen any acts that we talk about.
Yeah. When to go see Deftones and go sure, he's like, I already done this.
Yeah. Right? Well, he saw Chino with his crosses, right?
In Lubbock. Yeah. He's seen Deftones and crosses. Fucking got a photo of Chino on his bus. That's one thing I don't have. Yeah. I don't got a photo of me and James LeBrie fucking grabbing each other's cocks or nothing.
Damn the luck.
Not saying I didn't try.
Shit. Well, let's get the lowdown. What's going down this week on the Metal Update with the one and only LJ.
Yeah.
Hi there, guys and ghouls, ladies and grundlemen. Welcome to another metal portion of the Mead Metal and MMA podcast. Happy Veterans Day, by the way. Hope you're having a good, safe one out there, and have I got a sack for you, a sack of metal. So I'm just going to go ahead and unload this heavy son of a bitch out on you guys in this podcast. First band we've got on this list is the Black Dahlia Murder with their album You'll 'Em All. And it's a Christmas-themed album. At first I thought it was a troll when I found it on YouTube. The whole thing's on YouTube. And it is pretty fucking hilarious starting up. But it seems that these guys have either gone through their way of making the world's biggest troll video, or they actually decided to put out a Christmas-themed metal album, which I think is the more rational thing that they've done. And honestly, it's turned me into a fan because it's really fucking cool. And if I were you, I would check it out too. It's definitely worth buying. Oh yeah, I want this. Not for Christmas, but just like in general, you know. So yeah, I want this. Next up on this list is the band Ring of Fire with their album Gravity. And I gotta say, this is another one that's pretty good. Hey, guys over there at Loudwire, looks like you finally fired that asshole who kept picking shitty bands. Let's hope that nothing else on the list is from that guy. 'Cause I'll kick his ass. Believe me, I'll kick his ass. Anyway, Ring of Fire is really good, and I really like this band. So, I believe they're power metal, but they don't seem that heavy, so maybe it's melodic metal. I don't know what to classify it. It just sounds good. Buy it. Fuck. Shit. But next up on this list is a band called Mantric Momentum with their album Trial by Fire. And this actually sounded really cool. I was jamming out to it. There's a lot of good music on those lists. Holy shit, I guess I really did fire that asshole. Anyway, yeah, it's really fucking good. And it gets me into one of those moods where I was almost listening to the entire album. Holy shit, dude. Yeah, I want this. This is good. This is something that I want. For sure. God, who's writing this? Am I writing this list? Who's writing this list? I don't know, but I'm reading it. That's good enough for me. Next up is Leatherwolf with their album Kill the Hunted. And let me tell you, I don't know. I really can't think of anything to say about these cunts other than the fact that they gave me a boner harder than they rock swoosh. But anyways, yeah, this is another good band. And oh my God, is this list for me? Did somebody write this list for me? I swear to God, this is probably like the best list we've read so far. Because usually there's one band on here, or 8, you know, or whatever, that I'd just be like, whatever. But no, I'm just randomly picking these, and oh my God, they sound really fucking good. So these guys, hands down, top of the line, matey. I don't know why I went Irish there, but I did. What you gonna do about it? Probably listen to these band. Listen to these Fistful of Assholes, okay? They're good. Fistful of Assholes. That'd make a pretty cool band name. All right. So here's something that'll kind of deflate your boners or improve them. I don't know whether or not you're a Guns N' Roses fan. They have a re-release of Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. So if you're into that, then go ahead and get them. They have some pretty cool songs on there too. I'm not really huge into Guns N' Roses, but I do like Slash, and my wife is infatuated with him. Yeah, I know you are, Neva. That's you eyeballing him because of his hair. But anyways, that's beside the point. So yeah, go ahead and check it out. Just so you know. Yeah, that's right. Actually, I think Slash is the only band member that can get both of our undergarments wet. Wow, I really said that. But here's another thing I never thought I'd say. There's a band called Casket Robbery. And they got an album called Rituals of Death. Now, here's the thing. I went into this band thinking, oh shit, I'm picking them because of their name. Watch them suck. Nope. They're actually fucking heavy, and they're awesome. The lead vocalist surprised the hell out of me because I was playing a music video and not really paying attention. When I look at the screen, it's a woman singing. She's doing like this death metal scream. It's amazing. So, Megan, my hats go off to you for being the badass metal vocalist. And plus size at that. So there you go. That's 2 pluses. For the music. Yeah. So you should probably go out and buy the shit if you want heavy. And I mean heavy as in the music, not the... Wow, I'm an asshole today. All right. So, yeah, there we go. There's a Casket Robbery for you, or whatever the band was called. Anyway, let's move on to the next band before I jam my foot into my mouth any further. Oh, boy. Now, if you're looking for something a little bit more mellow and not so screamy and heavy and bone-crushery, then may I suggest Kingsmen with their album Bones Don't Lie. This one actually got me in a relaxing mood, but I was still able to softly headbang to it. Oh man, there's a lot of good albums on this list today. But it's hard for me to predict what the guys in the Mead Hall are going to talk about, because they talk about some really interesting bands and stuff, and sometimes they'll talk about bands I don't even mention on the list. So if by chance I named off some cool bands and they show interest, that's just a plus. But anyways, I hope you guys check these bands out. I'm going to go ahead and take off because I got some stuff to do. But see ya, take care later on, and rock the fuck out. Peace or war, depending on your alignment. Take it away, Kevin and Brandon.
Come on, it's already up. It's gonna be a golden day.
Let's eat. Oh, those golden grahams. Oh, those golden grahams. Crispy, crunchy graham cereal, family breakfast treat. Oh, those golden grahams. Oh, those golden grahams. Golden honey, just a touch with Graham's golden wheat.
It's a great tasting part of a complete breakfast for the whole family.
Try those golden grahams and have a golden day.
bump, bump. Golden grams, bump, bump. Golden grams, bump, bump. Fuck?
If you ever wanted to wonder who chooses our commercials,
almost by the like, if it's over the top ridiculous, it's probably gonna stand out, right? So, interesting. LJ was talking about Guns N' Roses' Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. Are those just remasters? Is that?
I believe so.
Are they throwing us any additional shit? Or?
No. I don't think so. These are probably there's like some unreleased live shit on there. I'm sure.
Yeah.
There's probably some other shit.
Yeah,
but as far as like brand new music,
I'm kind of on board with LJ on that. I was never a Guns N' Roses guy. I never was. They hit at the wrong time. I'd already moved the fuck on.
Yeah.
I'd moved on to grunge because it was far superior. So
yeah.
My opinion
Can't argue
at the
there.
time. I don't know. But looking back, though, I recognize that those two. I mean, I guess what the fuck was the one that Welcome to the Jungle was on? Destruction, Appetite for Destruction.
Aperitif.
But I know that Use Your Illusion 1 and 2 were actually their best records, though.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't know. I really don't know. I can't say I'm familiar enough with either of those albums, beginning to end, to form a fucking opinion. For somebody's like, yeah, November Rain on Use Your Illusion. The song from Terminator 2's on that too. Oh, cool. All right. I couldn't fucking tell you what else is on
I think
there.
their more talented work is on that. Appetite for Destruction's not really talented.
Yeah, okay. I would agree with that without having, like, really heard either of them really well. I mean, I know the hits, of which there are a handful.
What's your opinion of Slash as a guitar player? Not as a human, but as a guitar player. Because as a human, he's a shitbag.
Serviceable. Motherfucker. He's like Dave Grohl.
He's like a Dave Navarro almost.
I would go, well, you know what? Actually, that's a little bit more accurate. Because like I was going to go Dave Grohl more in the sense of like he could, if you needed a guitar player to like do something for you, pretty much don't matter what your band is, Slash could probably do it.
Yeah.
Not that he could do it great, but he could do it and it sounded like he's a part of your band.
Yeah. I don't.
But as far as like the Dave Navarro thing, Slash is a hired gun.
Yeah.
Even though, and the band that he's known for, they put out 3 fucking albums. I'm not counting Chinese Conspiracy because it was just the Axl Rose show at that point. A lot of people forget about that album.
That's okay. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, the motherfucker is, I would say, just as famous, if not more famous, for other shit.
You're not wrong. That fucking guy is selling signature Les Pauls through Gibson, $7,200. I'm like, what the fuck did you do? What did you do to deserve that?
No shit. And like, I really still feel like his sound is produced more with the shit the guitar sound goes into rather than the guitar itself.
Yeah, well, it's all part of a chain, but yeah.
Adam Jones's Les Paul, that motherfucker is to his specification head to toe.
Adam Jones believes that there was magic paint utilized in the 1970s to paint the
Sacred G,
the silver cast,
oh, yeah.
Silverburst, that he fucking prefers. He said the sound is significantly different from that to, like, I don't know, if you're getting just a standard, like a honey burst, tobacco burst, or whatever. But he is trying to say that the silver burst was made with different paint that had a different makeup to it, so it gives the guitar a different sound.
Right.
And I think you can probably either go fuck yourself, or else you need to talk to somebody, or you're some kind of a wizard and you need to return to your people.
Yeah, you're either full of shit or you're the Messiah we always needed. That is a line I wouldn't want to toe, man.
But yeah, that's just it. Adam Jones swears up and down that fucking silver burst, that's why he plays them, because he says there's a different sound to them.
Yeah.
All right, well, fucking cool. Maybe I'm using too many effects nowadays, but
that's half the fun.
that is kind of half the fun.
I mean, goddamn, we're not. What is a purist anymore?
Steph Carpenter is no. I take that back.
Fuck that. No way.
We're actually watching a Stephen Carpenter thing. This guy, first of all, he was doing one off of, was it Saturday Night Wrist, or it was
It was our ex-queen.
On which one? Oh yeah,
It was off
yeah.
White Pony.
He so that might be the last one he has, they hadn't done yet, off of that one for the last 2 years he's been doing his shit. But man, I appreciate that guy for who he is, because what he does is not necessarily that of a traditional guitar player in a band.
Right.
This guy sets kind of the drone for the band, which is where then, Chi or Sergio or whatever, moving beyond, kind of starts to take up a little bit of the difference there. But the thing is, his guitar playing has grown by leaps and bounds since White Pony, and you can tell. You can tell when you go to watching some of the shit that that they've done recently. Like, fuck, when he's doing some of the playthrough of some of the stuff off of Ohms, it was like that's not just Steph Carpenter making a fucking bar chord and sliding that shit around. This guy's actually doing a few things. Yeah. But when you get back to the older stuff, that's all he does. It's a droning full bar across probably I'm assuming his tunings are such that it's an open tuning that plays no matter where you're at. And when you have 7 or 8 strings, then it's going to ring all of that, and you're providing kind of almost a drone to the whole process.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the older shit he did on 6 strings. That's the other fucking crazy thing.
He didn't have no fucking help from ESP.
No. But man, but I appreciate that guy for what he is and what he does within the band.
Yeah.
It's just they get to that. So RX Queen at the ass end of it, he goes and changes out guitar, and they fucking do a sweep and show his fucking board in front of him. This guy's rocking like an all Strymon fucking board. Like, why? Why would you? I guess if you got a lot of money, why wouldn't you? But
well, yeah.
What the hell, man? Like, this guy has got like a top-notch, if you're a guitar genius, fucking board. But here we got old Steph over there fucking using
and he's just a fucking riff master. I mean, he's not a lead. Well, he is the lead guitar player of Deftones, but he's not a lead guitar player.
Yeah. Well, if you're seeing him live, spoiler alert, Chino doesn't play guitar much live.
No.
It's mostly usually handled by a touring guitar player.
But when he does, it's a sloppy handoff.
Did we ever bring that up of what had happened at Lamb of God at Isleta, where we saw Deftones earlier in the year?
I don't think so.
It was a huge bill they had here, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks ago, something like that. And it's one we'd talked about going to, but thank fuck we talked ourselves out of it, because it was like a Thursday night show, and those are near impossible for me to pull off.
They're tough.
But yeah, so right before, Lamb of God, the headliner, right before they go on, well, actually, I think they actually go on and get like 3. I think they bang out like three songs, and then they get this like thunder, like this lightning alert shit. So they have to clear everybody out of the seated section, the stage, all of that. They have to clear them all out, and here's where it's kind of fucked up, because I forget who it is that handles all the event I forget who handles all that shit for them. It's one specific company. It's not Ticketmaster, but that company, they handle the entire nuts and bolts across the board, vertical integration on every level with running this facility. You know? And but they had people that didn't know what the fuck was going on. So they've got some people working the event staff saying, "Yeah, you got to go. The show's done. They'll refund you later." Apparently, or allegedly, I should say.
Allegedly.
Others saying that event staff were saying, no, go over there and wait under that tent, and we're going to wait, and then once the storm passes through, and it'll pass through quick because it's fucking New Mexico, then, like, Lamb of God's going to get back on stage, so just hang out. And then people that go up and ask cops, these are Albuquerque cops, they're probably just lucky they didn't get shot. But and the cops like, no, you got to go, as the cops do, Never listen.
I'm not going to answer any of your questions. Get the fuck out of here.
Never listen to cops at an event, unless there's like shots fired, in which case you might want to listen. But shit like that,
stand near them.
Shit like that, I was like, hey, should I go home because a storm is coming through? They're going to tell you to go home 100% of the time.
Oh, fuck. That's the blessing and a burden of an outdoor show. You run that risk.
But it had to have been really, really kind of weird, awkward, eerie, and crazy for the fans that did stay. They got to see Lamb of God. They came out and finished out their set.
Yeah.
After like an hour.
I would have waited.
Oh, yeah.
But we're here.
You're not getting me the fuck out of there unless they're like, no, we're going to refund you, and here's a fucking thing saying we are.
Yeah.
So now there's all these people that are angry that Isleta basically, it's like, no, fuck you. You're not getting refunded. You watch an entire show, sounds like the last 10 songs of the fucking headliner.
Yeah, it's like returning a cheeseburger 3/4 eaten.
That's it. Like I've determined toward the end of this is not fair for me.
It was good till it weren't. Now I want my money back. And an ice cream, free ice cream.
That's a pretty legit analogy. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I hate it for Lamb of God. Actually, I hate it for their fans because Lamb of God's fine. They don't give a shit.
Right.
But yeah, man, I'm so fucking glad we didn't do that show.
Yeah, I mean, in a show like that, fucking goddamn Lamb of God. That's if it's a general admission show, we probably shouldn't go.
Well, there's also that. Well, although I mean, Isleta is great because there is, you know.
Yeah, if you fucking hit it in time, you can be right up there, but you're going to be right up there with everybody else.
Well, at least they sell 2 different ones. You can buy the seat. Actually, sell like 5 different ones, but seat back section. That's the only one I do.
That's all I can do.
The one right in front of it is the fucking pit. I ain't doing it. I'm not a young man anymore.
No,
the ones right behind us are the picnic. Well, actually, the VIPs were right behind that.
The lawn seats.
And then the lawn's behind that.
Yeah.
It's actually like 4 different. But yeah, still.
Fuck.
But, man, I appreciate the fact that they tried to pull that shit off. It's just, Mother Nature in fucking New Mexico, it is what it is. My point would be if you live anywhere around the Rocky Mountains, so the entirety of the Intermountain West from here to fucking Missoula, Montana, if you're at a venue and a storm comes up, unless like the event organizer's like, this shit's done, get the fuck out of here, we're done here today, stay. Don't leave. Don't leave.
Yeah, what else are you gonna do?
And don't ask a cop shit.
Don't ask them anything. Just be like, yeah, some weather we're having, huh?
They don't want you to have a good time.
Small talk.
They're always going to say, nah, go home. Go home. Get out of here. Always.
We don't want you here.
Because if you ain't there, you're not creating mischief. So get the fuck out of here. They're working for their own shit, which I appreciate.
Well, they got fucking make that cheddar as well.
Let's get to the Mead update for the week. We have a batch underway. I was bitching about the gnats earlier. There's a reason airlocks were invented, because otherwise we'd have to run that shit through a fucking linen cloth to fucking run it into another bucket and then have to do it a couple of times over. The airlock, we ain't got to do that one time.
They get in, but they don't get in.
That's it. They get to get in there and drown on some cheap liquor from Brazil.
A little bit of that Pitu. Well, fuck. Yeah, we got that.
Yeah, that's moving along. That's all I've got for the Mead update. We, yeah, that thing was going to fucking beat the band. It's going to be a good batch. It doesn't matter. So I think that's that. This one's one we're going to try to bottle, correct?
I believe so, yes.
All right. After that, and we got to get another batch started right back to back on this one. So kind of doing a series here.
Keep the barrel happy.
Metal update. Well, we got the new releases of the day from LJ. Have you got anything on the newsy side?
No, I mean, outside, I already bitched about Bruce Dickinson being an asshole.
Well, then let's get the fuck on into what we have coming up, which is UFC 281 for the MMA side of this little particular fucking show. Man, what is it with the fucking scales lately?
It seems to me like people in... Well, this is also New York. They probably got all fat on pizzas and sandwiches and fucking just the terrible stuff. I watched the goddamn weigh-ins today, and it really seems to me like they brought that curtain out so you didn't see any tits or ass or balls or nothing. They brought that out a lot, male and female. Zhang Wei Li needed it. Fucking Alex Bejeda definitely needed it. That motherfucker barely weighed in time. Hit the weight, thankfully. We did have some botched weigh-ins, though. Ryan Spann came in about 0.6 over. I'd almost rather it had been like 2 pounds instead of 0.6, Because then that shows effort was made. It just wasn't enough.
0.6 a little hard, right? I mean, because if you're there, you've already done what you can do.
Yeah.
And that's more than a half a pound. How are you going to drop a half a pound in the amount of time allotted?
Yeah. Michael Trezano, motherfucker, came in 147.6. That's like, nope, that motherfucker knew he wasn't going to make weight.
Yeah, right. There you go.
And he probably knew 3 days ago.
Been a lot of catchweight fights this year. Have you noticed?
Yeah. I mean,
Now, the one that goes back to the one that fucked Charles Oliveira in the first place, and if that shit all comes out that it's actually true, and I think it is, I wouldn't have reason to doubt it because Joe Rogan fucking throws it out there. That guy doesn't know shit about science, but he fucking knows a lot about the UFC.
Yeah.
And he had said that, he said people constantly go down there, that, like teams overnight, and they're like going down, wanting to constantly weigh in all night, and they're fucking with the scale constantly. Well, you can uncalibrate a scale if you fuck around with it too much.
That's Dana White's fault.
Sure. He allows that access all night long.
I wouldn't say it's the UFC's fault, but I'm saying it's Dana's fault.
They should have the actual apparatus that will be used for that fucking weigh-in with a sister machine that's identical, which I know people are going to say, yeah, but no two machines are ever the exact same. Well, fuck you. If you're doing this shit for like overnights as you're doing your weight cutting, you shouldn't be doing it on the machine you're going to do the next day. You should do it on a machine that is the same.
Yeah, your machine. Bring your machine. Weigh on your shit. And that would have never happened. Charles Oliveira would have been able to lose the belt to Makhachev instead of fucking lose the chance to get it back.
Isn't that interesting? Now they're immediately like, want to move. Well, let's have him fight Volkanovski now. We'll just do that. I hate it for Charles Oliveira.
Well, it used to be the Brazilian champions were adored and protected by Uncle Dana.
Man, they have
now
not been
like
in a
Glover
while.
out, fucking Oliveira out. Unless your name Amanda Nunes.
Well, now that's the one exception. It's like, fuck that, she lost? No, we're running that back immediately.
Yeah.
And then so she comes back out and beats fucking Pena. And then so now suddenly the UFC, through their mouthpiece, the people that they have talking their shit, and I'm talking about Daniel Cormier specifically,
Yeah.
came out and said Juliana Pena does not deserve a rematch in that fight against Amanda Nunes. Even though, so she wins that fucking first fight, gets the belt, Amanda comes back, gets that belt back. Doesn't that warrant a third?
And let's keep in mind, Amanda Nunes, she didn't, I don't really feel like she lost by tapping out to her. She quit.
Yeah.
She was done.
Sure.
That didn't warrant a rematch. Oh, fuck God, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
So it's bullshit. It don't go the other way.
That's
because
the problem.
what this company loves is trilogy fights, and you already got one set up right there.
Immediately, and then immediately what they want to do is move on. And they're fucking name me anybody in the bantamweight division and the women's side, aside from Juliana Pena, that fucking really deserves a title shot right now.
Let's get Valentina beefed up 135. The champ on her hands, Well,
that's the fucking that's the fight to make, but they don't want to do that because they know that Amanda's going to lose. Amanda looks like me without my shirt on.
That's an odd mental image right
Well, for Amanda or me, I don't know.
Either one.
Way.
Both. You say both.
So let's go ahead and talk about the fight because I don't want to run out of time. So,
well, let's see. I will start off. We got old meatball Molly McCann.
That's Patty's late friend, right?
That's her buddy.
Yeah.
Or his buddy. Their buddy. Going against Aaron Blanchfield at women's flyweight. Chunky.
Yeah. Molly McCann's an interesting one because the fact is there's this weird camaraderie between her and fucking Patty Pimblett that I don't understand, I guess. And maybe it's not necessarily for me to understand it anyway. We can... any of this crowd that's out of Liverpool, that's who they are, and that's where they draw their pride. That's what they're doing. I'm trying to find that particular one. See, Brandon had to go throw a leak real quick and send it to me for this, and I'm actually trying to find my way and navigate my way through the early prelims here because I don't see that fight. They must have added that. Well, let me move. Well, I'm not going to talk about early prelims anyway. I want to talk about the main, the prelim as far as the headline of the prelim goes. I couldn't find that Molly McCann one that you'd set me up for. I was like, yeah, I'll talk about that fight. Holy shit, what?
What, Brad Riddle and Renato Moicano?
Yeah, Rydell and Moicano are going to be. That one's not bad because Moicano is kind of a weird cat in that I like his fight game. I really like his approach, but man, he doesn't keep them hands up as often as he should. And we'll see if Brad Rydell with a fucking 10-3 record has something to say on
Speaking of
that.
that, Dominic Reyes fighting on a prelim. He's basically the co-main of the prelims.
Yeah.
Fighting against Ryan Spann, who blew weight.
Well, the problem is Dominic Reyes hadn't looked very good. He looked great against John Jones. Some would say he got robbed, on that splitty.
That seems to happen. It happened to Johnny Hendricks too. That motherfucker beat GSP. That belt should have been put on his shoulder after that fight. But it wasn't. And then after that motherfucker's career just never went anywhere.
He couldn't make weight. So they moved him up to a next weight class, and then he couldn't make weight. Moving up to another, right? And still couldn't make and then he became a high school wrestling coach, and that's the last I heard of that guy.
God, man, fucking Reyes hadn't fought since that spinning elbow knockout from the current light heavyweight champ.
Woo. Let's talk about this. The first one on the opening card of the pay-per-view.
Oh, that Brit that Aussie that's going to get his ass beat again?
Dan Hooker and Claudio Puelles. What happened to Dan Hooker? That guy was like the last guy you wanted to fight for a while. Suddenly, it's like, oh, that guy can be touched.
Back
same
in
with
2015.
Same with Corey Sandhagen. A lot of these guys that were set up as murderers, right? Now Corey out of the fucking 135er, but because Dan Hooker's a lightweight. But people is like, what the fuck? They throw this weird, unconventional because it looks like almost like an untrained street fighter, kind of a strike.
Right.
It's like kind of what Dan Hooker's kind of got going for him. It's a weird. You'll see people throwing shit like that in a bar fight, but he's terribly accurate.
Yeah.
And dangerous and fucking scary. All all in the same boot, or used to be. He hadn't been in a little bit.
Well, I guess that's why they're throwing Hooker against a guy that loves to be on the ground.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how she goes. Next one up is what I hope is Frankie Edgar's retirement fight.
It is.
Okay. Fighting Chris Gutierrez, who's fucking, that guy is not exactly a young man either. But he's had a hell of a much more, his professional record stands out a lot. Frankie's used to be wonderful until the last 5 years.
Right.
But he's 23-10-1. Chris Gutierrez is 18-3-2.
Yeah, this will be the biggest name this motherfucker ever fought.
For Gutierrez,
fuck yeah.
Because Edgar's fought some other bigger dudes.
I mean, I'm looking, and
Frankie Edgar's one of the old guard. And what I mean by that fucking guy started when it was still double digits on the UFC fucking fight numbers.
Yeah,
I think he came in at UFC 41, 47, some shit like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Fight after that is where we started getting into some detail, and I had to get through this shit to get here. Dustin Poirier and Michael Chandler. Two guys, you might say they're both dummies.
I'll say it.
But I'm really ironically rooting for one of them far more than the other.
Yeah.
And that is, I'm pulling for Dustin Poirier in this one because he seems like a good guy. Is he? I don't know. But Michael Chandler, he's an asshole. He is.
But I honestly do kind of get that vibe. But that motherfucker, whether he's on the losing end or the winning end, it's just like Justin Gaethje. Every fight this fucking guy's been involved in since he arrived has been awarded extra cash. And for good reason.
Chandler?
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, though, with Chandler is that, he was a former fucking champ over in, Scott Coker's fucking shit,
Right.
But Chandler is, he gets the extra money because he is an exciting fighter. I will fucking not take that away from him. But he's not a likable guy.
He's too... this is my life. Oh,
yeah.
Everybody. Oh, it's just so crazy to see. I hope everybody just likes me.
Yeah,
I want everybody to like me.
He's got the John Bon Jovi complex.
Oh, God damn. Well, he's in the right state for that. Go a little south.
And the thing is, with Dustin, like I said, at least he seems like he might be a good guy. And if it comes down to it, on two different fighters that I don't normally really cheer on, and I got to make a pick, I'm going to make a pick on the guy that's a better guy, a better human,
Now, we don't have proof of this.
Well, it's assumed.
It's a feeling.
Co-main, for some reason, I don't get this, but well, I guess there's a championship involved.
Man, Carlos Esparza got booed at the weigh-ins, man.
Fucking
badly.
as what?
Badly.
Rose is the one to blame because fucking Carlos Esparza shouldn't even fucking have that strap right now. And Rose
Fucking neither of them should.
Rose Namajunas fucking just went into some shit and fucking pretended she was fucking Derek Lewis, Francis Ngannou the entire fight, and then wonders why the hell she didn't win. Fuck you. You didn't do anything.
I remember how she reacted when that 5th round ended. She was just like, I did it.
Yeah.
There you go.
What have you done? What have you done? That is a valid question. What have you done? You've done nothing. So you get Carlos Esparza going against Weili Zhang. Do we have any idea, any thought of how Weili Zhang doesn't utterly, completely fucking destroy her?
If she mimics the same fight style of Thug Rose, she's going to lose.
Yeah, but Shaylee Wang ain't doing that.
No, she'll get in there and get dirty. And she wants that belt back.
Carlos Esparza's not faced anybody that throws hands the way that Weili Zhang does. Well, she did. She faced down fucking Namajunas, but Rose decided she was going to fight like fucking Derek Lewis that night.
And if we've learned anything, leg kicks will not win you fights.
No.
It didn't win Valentina a fight. It didn't win Rose a fight. And it didn't win Joanna a fight. It's for the ladies. Now, if you're a man doing leg kicks, that could win you a round.
Now, it did win some shit for Edson Barboza.
Well,
those are taps by kick.
That's true. It's like, oh, I broke him with my legs. Well, there you go. I'm all right with that.
The old Edson.
I like how Carlos Esparza also like, well, I'm just going to take some time off, enjoy this belt, go back to my family.
Like, no, you're
Dana
not.
No, you got a Chinese gal you're going to have to fucking fight now.
This is the person we want. We're trying to reach out to China. Now, having said all of that, I'm not going to root for either one of these, but a result I think would be hilarious would be as if Carlos Esparza got her down and choked her out or some shit like that, because that's the only way she's going to win. Talk about wrecking the fucking UFC's plans for China, right? Because they're trying to make all these inroads. Now, one championship, which, by the way, has already got their pay-per-view going on right now.
Oh, shit.
As we speak. But because they're digging here. They're in America. So the UFC's like, fuck you, we're going to go to China. But you got to have some Chinese stars in order to make that happen.
You do.
And the UFC does not.
Well, God, yeah.
Not many. I mean, there are a few here and there, but you're not. Why is it, man? I don't understand why we have a huge fucking globe. Why not let one championship have fucking that side of the globe? UFC own this side along with your minors out there like fucking Bellator or fucking some of the LFA that's there now. But
yeah, LFA will never be a big one, but that's going to be a damn good one. That's always a good farm league.
It's always going to be a way to work themselves in. Yeah, sure. So, but they have to throw that competition. They got to throw that competitional shade across the Pacific. Like, yeah, we got some shit going on in your country. Well, that's why one is doing it tonight on a Friday ahead of a Saturday pay-per-view for the UFC, which is fucking genius.
It's not a bad shout at all. I don't know. I think Carlos Esparza is going to get her face broken.
I think so. I think you're right.
I'm not rooting for, again, just like you, I'm not rooting for anything, but I feel like I know what's going to happen.
I'm pretty sure that's right. But if I am like rooting against the promotion, yeah, I think Carlos Esparza, like I'm taking her all day on the ground. If that's my ultimate goal. Let's get to the main event: Israel Adesanya and Alex Pereira.
Fight that almost didn't happen due to a Brazilian having issues with weight. No way, that's never happened before. This goes back 5.5 years, I want to say.
Yeah, because these guys have fought before in
kickboxing.
In
glory.
And Pereira planked fucking Adesanya. And then
fought twice.
Yeah, and then the second time Adesanya got the win, I think by
No. Pereira won both.
Both? Really?
Decision and knockout.
In that order?
Now that
one, it doesn't really matter. But
that I couldn't say. But
neither here nor there. Fuck, that's going to be that one fight. I think. Now that's a solid fucking pay-per-view buy right there. You got nothing going on a Saturday. Got your friends coming around, family, fucking people that don't hate you.
Got a couple bucks.
Got a couple of dollars. Got a lot of dollars.
Or website.
It is worth a fucking buy, but Even if the rest of this card was more dog shit than the Esparza fight, man, it's still worth a buy based on that main event.
And I recognize that this fucking guy was brought into the UFC for one reason.
Sure.
For this fight.
Like wrestling organizations do. Because they brought this guy in from New Japan for this one.
A goddamn ringer, man. Which, is great. But at the end of the fucking day, man. Ow. I don't know why I did that.
What'd you punch in the laptop for?
Now I'm just so angry.
So much anger. So who do you got in that main event?
Man, it's hard to pick against Israel Adesanya, even with that last performance.
I'll do it. I'll take Alex Pereira.
This is going to be, unless fucking somewhere someone figured out some ground shit, this is either going to be an amazing kickboxing fucking display from either man, or it's going to be one of the most boring middleweight fights of all time.
Man, I hope it's not boring.
I don't want to be boring.
I don't see how it could be with those two.
Man, Adesanya played it fairly safe in his last fight. Pereira, I don't feel like ever plays it safe.
No, that guy is there with the fucking foot to the pedal.
Yeah, he starts Sean
to the metal, as they'd say.
Metal pedal.
Metal to the pedal. Metal to the foot.
That's a Quiet Riot album, isn't it? Metal pedal?
All right, cool. Well, let's get to the fucking wrap up.
Yeah,
I'm going to go. Been here
I want Pereira to win, but I
think Adesanya is the best.
I think it's going to go the distance, and he's going to get I'm going to go 48-47 Adesanya. Bank on it. Go bet on it at the bank.
Yeah. No, I think there's going to be a second round KO by Pereira.
And quick little good news at the end of this: Jimmy Flick's back.
Oh, okay.
That gotta go, bro.
Yeah, the guy retired like at the tender age of 32.
Yeah, fucking been 2.5 years, but that motherfucker fighting January.
Make him fight Bryce Mitchell in a library.
Oh, look, yeah, like cue up Wheel of Fortune. Any fucking game show game. Who wants to be a millionaire? Let's take bets on who can get further.
So let's get some picks. My dog needs out. So, what you drinking this evening?
Whatever I can fucking put in my gut.
Seems like the right call. Budweiser's the standard. That's probably it's probably a standard night for me. Although I don't know. Well, wait. Well, we get some really good cold shit coming through here. I'll probably be drinking mead here in not too long. So not too distant future. So what are you listening to?
I have been jamming a lot of like the early 2000s hard rock. Not anything in general, just an era and a genre. Okay. I want to call it new metal, but that fucking still doesn't taste right in my mouth.
Yeah. I've been listening to a lot more Tool here again lately. I kind of burned myself out a little bit, and that's on me. You know the one that they'd utilized, where they utilized a certain stacking method is called The Gift, but it was basically 10,000 days, but it's rearranged because then it comes into the Fibonacci sequence.
Oh, yeah, we listened to it. Yeah,
that's kind of where my brain's been lately.
Fucking name.
And let's see, drinking. Okay, fights tomorrow. What's the highlight reel thing that happens tomorrow?
Oh, fuck. Run in by Conor McGregor on the Poirier Chandler fight. Bank on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay with my second round KO. I think he planks him again, but this time in MMA and not fucking kickboxing.
And man, that will shut the fucking mouth of a lot of people.
Yeah,
and that's kind of what I like. Derail those ideas.
Yeah,
let's get another Brazilian up there, huh?
Fuck. Well, not the biggest fan of that, but it is what it is. All right.
Bigger fan of it now than I was back then.
Yeah, it doesn't feel as much us versus them anymore. Now it feels like everybody against the Russians.
Dana likes the Russian and the Chinese.
Let's go ahead and get out. You were talking about Opeth a while ago.
Yes.
Black Rose Immortal, I guess.
Black Rose Immortal off of Morning.
So close that shit out. Yeah, let's do that. We'll see you assholes. Hey, have a great Thanksgiving. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Love you.
Together